Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today is Wednesday and we are continuing on with our one verse, 1 week challenge where we talk about where we see using the same verse for a whole week or for 5 days. How many times God can speak with us in what different ways. And so all I have in front of me is the verse. I have nothing else. I have not looked into the history of this verse whatsoever. I just grabbed the verse and let's see. So we are reading from Isaiah chapter 41 verse 13 today, and it says, I, the Lord thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not. In this verse here, fear is capitalized. I don't know if you can see that. It's capitalized, but I want to talk about that. Fear not. By the way, if my voice is a little weird or I swallowed too much, I'm sick. Very, very sick. So, Isaiah 41:13, fear not. Fear is something that has gotten a grip of my own life many, many times. And I don't know if you guys have been through this or not. Probably, maybe, I don't know. But I have let fear so many times stop me in my tracks, or be the catalyst to certain decisions that I have made or not made because of fear. I fear what people are going to say about me. I fear about how they're going to react if I make a certain decision or don't make a certain decision. I have feared what people are going to think or say about me, or what they're going to say to me, rather, if I'm with certain people, if I befriend certain people, if I go out with certain people, if I say the things that I actually want to say. I hold a lot of things back in my mind, and I don't actually say what I really want to say clearly because I have a fear of them thinking that I'm being too harsh or that I'm antisocial or whatever, because I have been called that way. Every time that I say what's really on my mind, I'm not thought of as, I'm not applauded in any way. I'm just, I'm the harsh one. I'm the antisocial one. I'm the, I'm always the bad one in the bunch. And so it keeps me in the future from saying what's actually on my mind that I actually want to say. I have a fear of, 2 years ago, I was studying to be a medical interpreter, and I was doing well, and but then I heard this one guy online, this teacher, saying that it's really, really difficult to pass the state exam, and so there was no way unless you had years and years of experience. And this gripping fear came on me, and I still haven't taken the state exam. And so I have faced many fears in my life that I have stopped in my tracks. And you know what, as I'm saying this, it all comes from people, from the outside, from other people, what they have said to me, what they have said about me, what they have said about the situation. It never comes from within. Like, as a person, I'm not a fearful person. I'm a person that takes chances and that goes for it. I like adventure. But when I start listening to the people around me, or listening to that voice that reminds me of my past, or it's always an external thing now that I'm realizing, when fear comes and takes a grip of me and stops me in my track. It's never like I wasn't born afraid of things. It's a learned experience. But the thing is, if we let that fear, I always say that fear is very good for us because it stops us enough that we can, ask God for confirmation of things, that we can really analyze the situation and see what's going on around us. But if we let things, fear, stop us from doing what God has called us to do, or from making certain decisions, or just, going on through life like I have, full disclosure, I have, that's when really it's not good. And it's not that we're not going to be afraid, because so many times in the Bible, God tells us not to be afraid, including in this verse. He tells us not to be afraid, but it comes always from, external, I think. And in this passage, I imagine the Israelites just being afraid of, not being able to provide for their family, remembering things that happened in the past where they had gone through certain situations where they couldn't provide, where they couldn't eat, where they had gone through war and famine and all that. And because of their own sins, but I'm sure that they remembered stories, and, going through certain things in just life, I'm sure that they would talk to each other, and I'm sure that that fear came from the external, that neighbor that's always looking at the negative side of things, that a family member that never really accomplished their dreams, and so they project that fear on you because they couldn't accomplish their dreams, so you can't either. They think that your idea is crazy. Or it comes from, just the past, man, I wasn't able to do this thing in the past, so what makes me so capable of doing it now? And then there's the people that say, oh, I have the solution, right? There's these gods that you can worship. If you only sacrifice to these certain gods, if you only sacrifice this and that, then if you worship like this, then there's an immediate reward for that. And so you don't have to be afraid, because I think when we have to solely depend on God, God is somebody that we can't inherently see, like touch. I mean, the more relationship you have with him, the more you can. But it's not like having an actual, it's not like grabbing an actual God, and putting him in front of you and worshiping the God. It's God. He's everywhere all the time. And so I think that part of us that needs to be in control and that needs to know that we're actually doing something proactive towards our goals and dreams and stuff is a part where it was activated with the people of Israel, where they were like, okay, I'm afraid that this is going to happen. I'm afraid that we're not going to be able to provide, or whatever it is that they were afraid of. But as long as I know that I'm physically bringing the sacrifice and I have that physical God in front of me, then I can actually worship, and I know that I'm being proactive, Like, it's almost reassuring in the back of my mind that because I'm doing something physical and I'm moving myself there, then I can see, the reward. I know that something's going to happen. Does that make sense? Whereas if I just pray for a God that I'm supposed to believe that is everywhere, that I'm supposed to believe that is actually listening to me, I just pray to a God, it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything. And so you don't feel very much in control, and that scares a lot of us. It has scared me so many times, because I'm like, I feel like I'm not really doing anything. I'm just supposed to be sitting here and waiting. I'm just supposed to be sitting here and just going on to work and just hoping for the best. Like, it doesn't seem, as a human being, very proactive in my part, and it doesn't feel like anything is going to happen because I'm not actually doing something. But with God, he doesn't, it's not about your acts as much as it is your heart. Where is your heart at? Where is your mind at? Why are you going to work? Why are you, like, what is your motive behind the things that you're doing? Is it just because you want to get rich fast, or do you want to actually provide for your family? Are you going to help others? Are you going to, see the needs of other people above yourself? And just, I think God, as our creator, understands that human condition of needing reassurance every once in a while. And that's what I see when he says, fear not. This is not any just fear that they were feeling, but it was like a legitimate fear, that were stopping them in their tracks. And I believe that God, being such a loving God, and our Father, understood exactly what that meant, and understands that every once in a while we do need that reassurance. We do need the reassurance to know that He's still there. We do need the reassurance that He's listening, that He sees us, that He listens to us, that He knows what's going on. He didn't say, don't be angry, don't be this, don't be frustrated. He says, fear not, because behind a lot of our emotions, behind our emotions of anger is fear. Behind our emotions of jealousy, it's fear. Behind a lot of the negative emotions that we feel, it's driven by fear. And it's interesting to me that he says fear not, because even though they were probably frustrated and angry and all of those stuff, he knew the root of that evil. He knew the root of those emotions, that he wasn't talking to the surface of their emotions. He was going to the root of their emotions and saying, hey, I'm with you. I'm the one sustaining you. I'm the one, holding your right hand. Fear not. And I want you to understand, and I speak to me as I'm speaking these days as well. Like, he knows the root of your emotions. You might be worried lately, or lack of sleep. Maybe you have been really frustrated or really angry lately, and you just, at the world, at people, why can't they just get it right? Why do I keep failing? And there's so many emotions that we feel throughout the day, and he's saying to you today, fear it not, because he understands the root of your emotions. He understands the root of what's going on in your life. He doesn't look at the emotions and the surface of them, but he's going to the root cause of everything. And he's saying, fear not. No, I'm the one holding your right hand. I'm the one with you. I understand that you're scared. I understand that you're fearful of tomorrow, with a war going on in Ukraine and gas prices going up, and it seems like evil keeps growing and growing every day, and my kids are growing up in this world, scary, scary world, and how am I going to do it all, and how am I going to pay, and how am I going to... Fear not, He's the one saying to you, like, I know what's going on around the world. And I know your frustrations, and I understand it, and it's okay for you to be frustrated. But I'm holding your right hand today, and I'm saying, don't be afraid. I'm with you. He's not going to take you away from this world or the frustrations of it, but he is saying to you today, and to myself, that he sustains us. He's the one who sustains us. He's the one who holds us. He's the one seeing us through to the root of our emotions. And he's saying, don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. He's got control of it all. He's got the whole world in the palm of his hand. And he's telling you today, do not be afraid. The same Jesus who came and died for our sins, the same God who created this world and who has seen this world and generation past generation go through wars and famines and everything, and was always sustaining his people. He's the same one that's with you right now, listening to your cries, listening to your fears, listening to your frustrations and your worry and your anger. And he's saying, don't be afraid. I am with you. I'm still here holding your hand. And I'm the one who's going to walk with you through this valley. Don't be afraid. I am, in fact, with you. Even though it seems dark, I will be your light. Even when you get tired and weary, I will be your strength. And when doors close, I am the God of impossible. Fear not, because I am in fact with you. That's what I get from this verse, from Isaiah 41:13. Again, it says, I, the Lord thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto you, fear not. May God bless you guys today, and may he give you the courage to continue walking and continue believing in him. And I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. God bless you. Bye-bye.